Good evening and welcome to the new Live at 9, Sanford's own TV station. We are excited about bringing you back the Live at 9 program that in the past was hosted by Woody Seymour and Wayne Staten, and this year we are bringing it back after a 2.5 year break. So we're excited about having you to join us to learn about things in our community, things that are going on, upcoming events, and so we want you to be a part of what's going on. So we would like for you to give us some feedback about your experience with us tonight, and we hope that you'll enjoy it and hope you will enjoy the show. I'm Teresa Kelly. I was asked to help host the first Live at 9, and so we will see how things go. I'm excited about being here and being with you, sharing the information that we have in our community. I could not do this without Wynn Crasley and Tony Chilton. They are ones that asked me to be a part of this, and it was just something that needed to be brought back to our community to be able to share things and the people that make our community how great that it is. So you will be able to find us on sanfordtv.live, and I understand that we're also going to be doing a broadcast in the Facebook venue or the Facebook social media. So we hope that you'll find us somewhere there and share with somebody that you are watching Live at 9, the new Live at 9. We are going to be working on some new hosts. I'll be a guest host for a while, and we're hoping to have a few more people come to the table that can share some interesting information with you. There's been a lot going on in our community. We are in the fall and everything is popping. I think this past weekend I was actually at my Sissy and Me's the pumpkin patch, and I was able to get some pumpkins and some sunflowers. Gross Farms now has their mums on sale, so if you are looking at decorating for fall for the holiday, I would suggest you stop by one of our local places and purchase your mums or your pumpkins. There are all kinds of places that you can get those. I hope to get my house decorated this weekend. There's been a lot going on. We had homecoming at our church last weekend, so the sunflowers and the pumpkins help with the decorating there. So I'm looking forward to getting my house ready for fall, and I hope you are too. This past week also, I was able to attend the Saga Banquet on behalf of the town of Broadway as the town commissioner. So that was very exciting because Cody received the Large Industry Award. The Small Industry Award went to STI Polymers, and the Pioneer Award went to Bill Murphy. It was exciting to hear about what they're doing in our community and how they were recognized for the companies that they have, what they've brought to Lee County. I was excited to find out that Cody, in part of his speech during that time, he said that they were doing 65,000 bottles of OPI nail polish a day. And I'm not sure where all the nail polish goes, but there's a lot of places that you can go now and get pedicures and manicures, and I'm assuming that a lot of that product goes all across the nation. So we're excited about what happens right here in Lee County and Sanford and Broadway. So we want to be able to share those things with you too. So the other thing, there was a note that I found that Broken Plow Farm this year is not going to be hosting their Halloween event. Very sad to say that the family's suffering some medical issues, and so they have decided not to do their hayride and their fall fun night where you go on the hayride and see the shows and things around the farm. So um, Richard Gillis is the owner of that, and so we would like to just send our condolences and prayers to them as he faces this battle that he's going through. So we love that venue and the things that were going on during the fall for our families, and so we're disappointed that that's not going to go on this year. Gross Farms this year is celebrating their 20 years. 20 years, and they were selected this year as the best family entertainment venue in Lee County. So that is always a go-to for the corn maze and the activities for children and choosing pumpkins and the slide and the preserves that they have in their barn. So I would suggest that you go out, take your family out for an outing, and be able to enjoy the fall period of time that we're going through right now. So the other thing, really want to recognize the Lee Regional Fair. The Lee Regional Fair had their 83rd annual fair. And if you don't know, that is put on by the Sanford Lions Club and has for many, many, many years been hosted by the Sanford Lions Club on the grounds there. It was an exciting time. Our Broadway Lions Club actually had a golf ball drop there, so I was there almost every day during that time period. And I was really excited to see all the crowds that came out, all the people that participated. I know we've had some trying times over the last couple of years, so it has brought people back out to the community, and the fair was wonderful this year. So I want to say kudos to the Sanford Lions Club and all those that volunteers that helped participate with the exhibit hall, with the commercial hall, all the vendors that participated this year. I was actually there on Friday night of the fair, and there was a long, long line for turkey legs. So there were a lot of people that were glad to get the funnel cakes and glad to be able to get out and just walk around with their families in the outdoor air to participate. The one thing that I found that was really interesting, and I think it was on Sunday, it was on Friday night maybe, that they actually had a drone race, and they had their drones, and they had barriers and places that they had to drive the drones through, and all you heard was zoom, 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 zoom. They were going so fast you couldn't even see what they were really. So there were a lot of new things at the fair this year, but the one thing that's happening is getting ready to come up is on October the 14th. The state fair starts back, and they are open this year. They will have all of their activities, the things that are going on to be able to get people out of the house a little bit and get it out in the fresh air. So if you have an opportunity, go out to the state fair, support them, support the community. We would appreciate it. There are 3 vendors. One family from Sanford here owns 3 different venues for the North Carolina State Fair, and that's the new High Flyer. I forgot exactly the name of it, but it was the Sky Flyer. It's the chairlift that goes across the state fair. Ronnie Turner is one of the owners of that, and so they also own the homemade ice cream booth that's there in the old yesteryear village, and they also have the kettle corn. The daughters, the children of those families, they actually run the cookie house. So they are from right here in Sanford. So if you get an opportunity to go over and visit at the North Carolina State Fair, I would suggest that you make a trip into one of those. Say hello from Sanford. I know they would be glad to see you and for your patronage during the fair. So the other thing that is going on right now, we are getting ready to start talking about the holidays and how Christmas is coming up, Thanksgiving's coming up. And as of this week, the entry forms are available now online at the Broadway Christmas Parade Facebook page. So if you'd like to be a sponsor of the Broadway Christmas Parade, or if you would like to enter your church or your business, corporate, if you have beauty queens or pageant queens, you name it, you can apply right now for the Broadway Christmas Parade. And the Broadway Christmas Parade is actually going to be held on December the 11th at 2 p.m. So if you've got time available that day and you've got a nice car, or you've got horses, if you've got anything that you want to put in the Broadway Christmas Parade, now is the time to fill out those entry forms. The other thing that I noticed that was happening this week is the 3rd through the 9th of October is actually Fire Prevention Week. My son is a fireman, and so that is special to us that we make sure that people know to check your batteries and your smoke detectors, and that you look at ways and talk to your children about ways to get out of your house in case there is a fire. So Fire Prevention Week is another important time that we should recognize. The other thing that's happening this coming weekend for October 7th through the 10th is that we have the grand opening of the season for Southern Supreme fruitcakes. So anybody that's from Sanford and the Lee County area, that is something that's special to us, to be able to go and get your holiday items at the Southern Supreme. And so their open house is always well attended. So make sure you're out this weekend to be able to get you some fruitcake for the coming holidays, because I know that's important as well. So the other thing that I wanted to mention as a Broadway person, we lost a special person last week, almost 2 weeks ago now. Janet Harrington was one of the commissioners for the town of Broadway, and she passed away. So we would like to just take a moment and remember her. She was very special in our community. She worked for Pinehurst Resorts as an event planner, director. She had several jobs around, and a lot of people knew who Janet was. So we just like to say a special condolence to her family. She was very important and instrumental in Broadway, and she actually brought in, worked really hard on the Broadway Our Way event that's held in Broadway. So she will be missed this coming year. So we would like to just say special thanks to her family. So as we go forward, we've got a few guests tonight that we would like to talk to and bring on to talk about some things that are going on here in Sanford and Lee County, and also some things that are coming up in Broadway. So we hope that you'll stay tuned, be with us, stay with us, and share with your friends so that they can find us on Live at 9. Thank you.
All you do is win, 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 no matter what. We got you on our minds, we can never get enough. Every time you step into our building, everybody's hands go up. And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there. All you do is win, win, win. Put your hands in the air when you go there.
Visit us online at ClassicNissanSanford.com or call 1-855-461-9595. Classic Nissan Sanford.
90 years ago, First Bank was founded. You know First Bank, the one where you are greeted by name, the one dedicated to the community, and the one born in the heart of the Carolinas.
We help our customers to realize their dreams by providing financial solutions and building trusted relationships. Hi, I'm David Fashee, and we are First Bank.
Lamco Homes. From concept to design, constructed to fit your lifestyle. We use only top quality finishes to make our house your home. Lamco Homes. Our standards are others' options.
Oh my goodness, I have to wait. Hello, and welcome back to the new Live at 9. So my first guest that I have invited to be a part of the show tonight is a really good friend, a next door neighbor as well, and she is Wendy Bryan, and she is the executive director of the Sanford Tourism Development Authority. Is that right?
You
Did I
got
get
it.
right?
That's correct.
So Wendy is involved in everything. She is all over with Sanford and Lee County. We had a huge event the last week, 2 weekends ago, and it was called Indie Fest.
Yes, we did.
So I wanted to ask you a little bit about that, because that I thought maybe it was techno music, but it ended up there were a lot of venues with a lot of different music. Can you tell us a little bit about how that came to be in Sanford?
I would love to. We're really excited about that event, that we had it, and that there's a future for it. So, Indie On Air is a company that came. They represent independent music, which is all genres of music. It's just that it's original music, no cover bands. And so they've had festivals in other places, and they were looking for a small town to have a festival. And Cliff Wheeler, who's local
Yes.
and is a musician, had played at a couple other indie fests, and he recommended they come and look at Sanford. So we met with them last July, and they were wonderful. They fell in love with our town, and they brought our first Carolina Indie Fest here September 18th and 19th. So we did have 2 stages outdoors, downtown. Downtown was blocked off. We had a stage on Wicker Street. We had a stage in the Cole Street parking lot. And we had a stage inside Hugger Mugger. And we saw almost 50 bands over 2 days.
Wow.
So it really was a music festival. But at the festivals, too, we had food trucks and we had craft vendors. So everything was original music, original products to buy. And it really was just a beautiful weekend.
I've heard a lot of good things about it, and I know there were a lot of food trucks as well. It could have been a food truck rodeo, I think.
It could have. We had, I think it was 24 over 2 days, but
24.
about 10 to 12 a day.
Right. Well, it's been a great, and so they're planning for next year?
They are planning for next year.
Yes.
So they thought that really the infrastructure, public works here, police, fire, EMS, everyone, the logistics were great. So they appreciated that. They appreciated our hometown people who came out to support us. They appreciated the crowd we had, and they've just been great partners. So we definitely want to
And I know
keep that.
it did happen the weekend of the fair.
It did.
So will it be the same time next year, do
We-
you think, or will it be a little bit different time? How will
We're
that
trying
work?
to decide. I think it'll definitely be in September. It may not be the exact weekend of the fair. I know the fair's already posted their
Yes.
dates.
Yes.
We thought it worked fine being the same as the fair because we know people went both places.
Yes.
And we know, the fair was more days.
Yes.
So people had other days to go to the fair. We know that we had about 40% out of towners at the festival.
Right.
I don't know the breakdown for the fair. I know that they had great crowds though. So I do think the 2 events work together, but I also think they could, obviously the fair can stand on its own. Look how many years they've been doing that. But I think the event could also stand on its own on a separate weekend. So we'll be deciding if it's going to be, probably would be the weekend after the fair if we moved it.
Okay. So I'm excited to hear about that, because that would have been somewhere, had not everything been going on with other commitments, that would have been great. So I'm glad that people got out and supported it, and I look forward to next year. So there's a lot of variety of bands, and not what my thought was when you hear Indie Fest.
Yes,
Think.
there was a lot of variety of bands, and there are bands that are probably about to break through to bigger stages.
Yes.
And beginning bands, smaller bands, but like I said, every genre of music. There was rock, there was punk, there was country. There was a little bit of everything.
Well, I know that since you've come to the helm, and I think you've been here, I think you told me from February 2020
Yep.
till now.
Yep.
So you have had a good first year under your belt.
Yes.
And so now things are starting to come to fruition. I know it's been a lot of hard work getting it to this point where we can start moving forward with a lot more activities. And I can see it on the calendar when I start looking at the times, the things that we've got planned. So I think this weekend is another big event downtown.
It is, right. So this weekend is Street Fest, and it really started as a way to showcase downtown. That is a City of Sanford, a downtown Sanford event. So my We share an office, so my coworker Kelly Ladotti runs that event. But it's a great event because it has a variety of everything for families. It has special entertainment. They have bands. They have crafts. They have more food truck rodeo activities for children. So it's something for everyone, and I hope everyone will come out this weekend. It's really meant to bring the community together.
I was excited about the Bad Moon Rising because I like the Creedence Clearwater
Yes.
genre of music. So I was excited about seeing that they were going to be one of the entertainers on one of the stages.
And I have my poster here to refer to, but yeah, I mean, 120 minutes Blackwater Rhythm and Blues, and then Bad Moon Rising. So you can see entertainment all day. There's a dance party at night. There's fireworks scheduled. So it starts at 1 o'clock, and you can just enjoy downtown from 1 all the way through till firework time.
That's awesome. So, and then I think because we are getting into that fall time, you have some other events that are scheduled besides just the weekend.
Yeah, we do. So one thing Tourism Development Authority focuses on is what a visitor might be interested in any day of the week that you come. So we spend time promoting dining, dining, shows, attractions, retail shopping, lodging, meetings and conventions, anything that someone coming to town might be interested in taking a part in. We spend time marketing that. But events really garner a lot of excitement too. Mm-hmm. So especially when we went home for COVID last March, we started looking at what people still want to socialize and be
Right.
together and enjoy what we have. So how can we have events that will be safe and have some interest? So one thing that we started last year was the Brew Ghost Tour. Mm-hmm. It was downtown. It focuses on a historical story. So last year we focused on Lee McKeever's suicide, who owned Lee Furniture. And this year it focuses on the explosions at the Egypt coal mine. And there were several explosions over multiple years. This story focuses on one particular explosion that killed 37 miners. So the way it works is it's self-guided, so you can come at your own leisure. You bring your own group, and that's what made it COVID safe last year. Was you just are basically visiting 7 breweries and restaurants downtown. But we're running it starting next Thursday, October 14th. It's every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yep. You start at the Chocolate Cellar, and you go there, and you can pick up your cup and your map. And you'll download an app. It's called the Autocast app. And we always have our mural trail tour on the Autocast app, but we add every October, we add our ghost story. So it's told in 7 parts. So for every stop that you make, you hear a part of the story. So you listen to it on your phone. It tells you a piece of that Egypt coal mine explosion story, and then you just enjoy whatever you like at each restaurant. So we put up recommended tastings at every restaurant that you go to. So you can follow our menu, which is on the map that you pick up at the Chocolate Cellar, or you can make your own, your own brand of terror. So you can make your own brand of fun and enjoy whatever you like. But you do receive either a wine pour cup or a beer pour cup when you make your first stop.
Wow. So now what is the cost of that?
So that's whatever you choose to spend at each restaurant. The materials are free. You just stop in at the Chocolate Cellar, and they'll give you the
So
cup,
your purchases
the
are
cups
where
and the map. The app is free, so you can just download the app and listen to the story if you'd like.
Right.
Yeah, you just have to click on each stop. You click on that restaurant, and it tells you that part of the story.
Wonderful. That sounds like
So it's really
exciting
fun. We
for
had a
Halloween.
great turnout last year. Had several thousand people come over 3 weeks, so we're hoping for that again. We've got that going, like you said. It's a great time to go to all of the corn mazes and pumpkin rides and pumpkin buying. But we also have, we've really focused on music this year. I think everyone was ready to play and get out. So we had a 6 concert series at the Depot.
Yes.
And we'll have music this weekend. But also the orchestra is coming. It's their first concert every year. So the Lee County Orchestra will be at the Mann Center next weekend. You can enjoy some music there as well. The Temple's in season, so you can go to Temple shows and see what's the latest shows. So all through fall and winter, there's music to
So I
come
know
see.
at the Mann Center, I don't think they've been open during COVID for anything. So this will be kind of their inaugural.
It will be
getting
their
back
inaugural event.
Yes.
That's exactly right.
So-
Yeah, and it'll run both days, the 16th and the 17th.
And so that is the music by Beethoven, Dvorak, Holmes, Mozart, and Strauss, and that's Saturday and Sunday, 16th and 17th at 7:30. The 17th 's at 3 o'clock Sunday afternoon, so that'll be a good afternoon visit.
It
for your-
absolutely would be. And like we said about exploring downtown with Brew and Brew, we have so many restaurants. So go have lunch, go to the show.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Temple Thursday afternoon or Sunday afternoon. Go to lunch, go to the show. I went last Friday. We walked to dinner, walked to the show. It was great. Great
It's
night
nice
to be out.
Be out in downtown area. So
That's exactly right. So we do have all those events. We have several other retail events coming up too. So this is a great place to shop for Christmas. We found that out last year. I actually had a good turnout for our holiday punch cards downtown. But all over the county, there's great places to shop. We have a couple of featured events. One is the farmers market still in season. So you're talking about getting pumpkins and things. You can go to the farmers market. But the second Saturday in November will be the artisan holiday market. So all that again is handmade goods that you can
and
buy.
I noticed there was and I don't remember, you might know, the children's event.
Yeah, the children's business fair.
The children's business fair. I just think that was just so exciting for all these young entrepreneurs coming in with their wares. They can bring them. What a
It
great
is.
place to do Christmas shopping that would be unique items.
That's right. Yeah, the kids have great ideas. That's actually a project through Saga and DSI. I think it's a component of the RISE program where we teach children to be entrepreneurs too.
Yes.
So everything from designing their products, making their products, and then marketing, and then to sales and after sales service. So I heard last year was a fabulous turnout, lots of great products. That'd be a fun time to
I
come
think
to.
a lot of them sold out of their products
right.
because
They
they
did.
didn't make enough, because the turnout was so well.
And that's what I mean about after the sales. Some of them went to online sales. They took orders that they filled after the fact. So it's a great project all around. It benefits everyone.
There's been a lot of conversation about not being able to get Christmas from your Amazons and
Yes.
Walmarts and Kmarts. So going local and buying something that you can actually put your hands on right then is probably going to be a good idea as we go into the holidays this time.
It's a great idea. And the punch cards that all the downtown merchants do, you actually get entered to win more prizes. So for every $25 you spend, you get your punch card signed and you turn it in. And then we do drawings, and there's multiple prizes that can be won. And the punch cards are actually going into Our State magazine this year. So in the November edition, the punch cards will
So
be
we'll
available.
be bringing people in from outside into our community
That's
as well.
exactly right. So in the Triangle area, the punch cards will be sewn in. And then anytime you go to a shop, you can receive a punch card. So that's 3 ways. This weekend, there will be artisans there to buy from. The farmers market, the artisan fair, the
Children's
children's
event.
entrepreneur, and then punch cards.
Well, we've got a lot going on in Sanford and Lee County. Is there anything else that we didn't cover that is coming up?
There's a couple things. So one is we've launched a new calendar, and we try to be very inclusive. So it's on our visit sanfordnc.com website under calendar, but it's through a company called Everwonder. So anyone who wants to submit a calendar item can just go to Everwonder, make a free account, and click on the Visit Sanford calendar, and we can post it for you. The other thing is we've launched a new music initiative called Bluegrass Sanford 365. And so on our Bluegrass page, you'll see any Bluegrass related events in town. So right now we have a Monday night jam going at Circle M City, a Tuesday night jam at Hugger Mugger, and we have a New Blue performing at a One Depot concert in October. And so as events come up, we'll continue to add them just to the Bluegrass calendar. And
That
we
is
want
awesome. I
Bluegrass
know a lot of
fans to
people
know
that like bluegrass, and that's usually the only kind of genre they really enjoy. So I'm glad to hear that we're bringing some more bluegrass into our community.
Yeah, we absolutely are. And you can look month after month and see where you can find bluegrass in town.
Well, thank you, Wendy. Thank you for coming and updating us and being a part of the new Live at 9. We look forward to having you back again because as I looked at the calendar through the end of the year, we've got a lot of things going on in Sanford and Lee County. So hope you'll stay with us. We have another guest coming in a few minutes. Stay tuned for the new Live at 9.
WilkinsonCars.com. Come visit us at our new location in Sanford. With the same great staff and the same great service. Test drive one of our many different vehicles. Check out our state-of-the-art service department and collision center, where our team can have you back on the road in no time. We're right across from Walmart at 3335 North Carolina 87 South. Schedule your appointment online at WilkinsonCars.com or call us at 919-842-3322. We guarantee we're the place to be at Wilkinson Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC. We are professional grade.
Are you ready to sell your home and don't know which realtor to choose? Well, not all realtors are the same. I'm Crystal Copas, and I don't just stick a sign in the yard, throw it in the MLS, and hope to collect a commission. I provide a customized marketing plan that includes professional staging, photography, videography, and drone at no cost to you. Contact me, Crystal Copas, with RE/MAX Real Estate Service, and let's get your house sold. 919-356-5402 or visit me at crystalcopas.com.
Pentair. Empowering people to move water, improve water, enjoy water, so that people can live their best, healthiest lives. Lives with purpose. Lives with enjoyment. Lives that flourish. Lives with hope. Because at Pentair, we're not just about better water. We're about better life. Pentair, bringing water to life, for life.
Hello, and welcome back to the new Live at 9. I'm Teresa Kelly, your host tonight, and we have had an exciting night so far, getting our feet wet and getting back into the mode of Live at 9. So we're glad that you've joined us tonight to share our inaugural show. So our next guest that we have is somebody that's special. I am from Broadway. I live in Broadway. And we have a lot going on right now in Broadway. There is this coming Saturday, we are having a time capsule opening, and that has been buried for 51 years in Broadway under the water tower. So that is going to be opened up, and we're going to look and see what was in it from 50 years ago. We were planning to do it last year, but with COVID, it's been extended a year. So it's actually 51 years. So we're excited about seeing what's in the time capsule. We just had an event. There is a new thing called the Watson Lake Park in Broadway. When I was a little girl, we used to go swimming there, but it's kind of been dormant through the years. And so there is now a Friends of the Park in Broadway through the Broadway Lions Club and some community people that we have revived Watson Lake Park. Recently, the walking trail was paved. So there now you can go and have a wheelchair and walk around the park in the evening. There's ducks in the pond. So we are excited about what's going on there. And we had our first concert, Friends of the Park concert, to raise some money. We are hoping to get some more park benches and picnic tables and things for our community in Broadway to be able to utilize. And so that is exciting for us. We had 2 bands come and play outside. So there's a lot going on in Broadway. And the one thing that's exciting is that we have some new restaurants coming to Broadway. We have been Faithful, Los Char's Mexican, and Woodard's Barbecue are in Broadway. They have done very well, and our community has supported them. And there was a little grill that used to be a gas station when I was a little girl. And so I want to let you meet Chris Lassiter, and he is the owner of Farmers on Main.
Yes, ma'am.
And it is in the old Roadrunner building for those of you from Broadway that know that location. So I just wanted to bring Chris on and kind of talk about what Chris is Heating and Air. So you have a business. You are already
Yes, ma'am.
pretty stable with your employment. What made you decide to open a restaurant?
Well, I knew that it's been a lifelong dream because I grew up in a restaurant at the beach in Holden Beach. It was Betty's Waterfront. And I've always loved to cook all the time. So generally when somebody cooks at nighttime, it's me, not my wife. I walked in there one day and they said they were closing down. And then at that point, I knew I had to get in contact with Miss Green, who was the original owner of the building, and then seeing if I could wiggle my way in there, because I didn't know if somebody was already in line or what. So I got in contact with her, and then the rest goes from there.
So it changed from the Roadrunner to Two Sisters,
Yep.
I think, over a period of time, and they during COVID, I think, is when it closed more so, or
Yep.
whatever. It's been closed for a little while. So have you actually purchased the property?
Yes, we're going to.
So that's in process, because I know you're doing a lot of renovations
Yes,
there.
ma'am.
So, and I love the hat. It's Farmers on Main with the tractor, and
Yes, ma'am.
as farming people here in Broadway, that is exciting for me. So tell me a little bit about what you what's your plans? Is it going to be breakfast? Is it going to be lunch? What are
So we're
your
going to serve 3 meals. It's going to be breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So we're going to be open from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Oh my goodness.
It's going to be some long hours.
Yes.
But in this community, there's not that many restaurants to go to, and then you'd have to go all the way to Sanford to get something to eat. There's a lot of people that come through Broadway, and there's a lot of development going on in Broadway. So my sister, who was there with the Roadrunner, Maggie Buchanan, she's going to be the biscuit maker. So everybody's extremely excited about it. We've had a lot of views on our posts and stuff on Facebook, so we really look forward to getting some good food for everybody.
Yeah.
And we really want to try to support the farmers, so as much as we can source products from farmers, we will. And I just want it to be about the farmers and Broadway and the community more than anything.
Yeah, I think you'll go far by doing that, because Broadway is a tight-knit community. So having a biscuit in the morning is important for those farmers getting out when the sun comes up. I know Maggie's biscuits are delicious. I've had some before. So I'm excited about Maggie making the biscuits. And is Larbeth going to be involved?
Larbeth,
Another sister, and Anna.
And then Miss Courtney, which is Miss Green's daughter. She's
Yes.
also going to be in there too.
So the old crew from the Roadrunner will be
Essentially,
back.
yes. Yeah, they will. They all know how to cook. They're real good at what they do. And then I'll be coming in the evening times for the dinner stuff, me and my wife. So hopefully everything will go really, really great. And we've had a lot of great feedback off of it. It's just getting to that point.
So now, is it going to be hamburgers and hot dogs, or is it going to be family meals? What are you looking to do?
So we want to try to do as much as we can, but slowly progress. So essentially, breakfast time, we're going to do the biscuits or toast or sandwiches, whatever you want to call it. We're going to source all of our meat from the farmer's market out of Raleigh. It's called Nahunta Pork Outlet. And me and my dad always get sausage from there, and it's the best thing ever. So I've already contacted them, and we're going to do all that. And then we would have eggs, pancakes, grits. I just want to keep it simple.
Yes.
We'll have coffee and all the other stuff too as well. As far as lunchtime we'll have hamburgers, hot dogs, chicken tenders, chicken wings, French fries, grilled chicken salads, or chicken Caesar salad, or actual chicken salad, whatever the girls want to make, essentially. And then maybe chili. It really depends. We're big avid hunters, so I want to do something with deer hamburger, but I got to work that out with the health department.
Yeah.
And then other than that, dinner time, we're going to have pastas, steaks, salads, burgers, something that you wouldn't
So the
normally
Holden
get.
Beach vibe, are you going to have any seafood?
Yep. So we're just going to start right now through Friday through Sunday, and have fresh seafood from Holden Beach, because one of my buddies owned the Holden Beach seafood market.
Wonderful.
So he's going to bring all the fresh seafood up probably Thursday, and then we'll have fresh seafood from Friday to Sunday. And then as far as that, we can do fried, we can do grilled, broiled, pastas, risottos, anything like that along those natures. Hopefully it'll be really, really good
So
for
what's
everybody.
been the biggest challenge for you getting the restaurant back up to par?
Meeting the health department standards
Yeah.
with a new owner. So the other business, I believe they bought it from a different business. And so it was grandfathered in. And if anybody knows anything about codes or anything dealing with any type of state people,
Yes.
if it's grandfathered in, you get a shortcut.
Right.
I didn't get grandfathered in, and I had to redo everything. So,
And
that
so
was
right now the target date is the 1st of November.
November the 6th.
November the 6th.
That's
is
the target date.
date.
Don't hold me to
Yeah.
it, but we got a few more things to do, and hopefully we can get the health lady in there, and she'll give me a certificate to proceed. And then that is it. Other than that,
Well, we're excited about Farmers on Main coming.
yeah, we're going to have outside seating too. So in the front, there will be 4 picnic tables, depending on how many I can fit without it being a mess. And then to the right of the building, there's a big half-acre lot. We're going to fill it up. Opening day, we plan to have, we're going to start at 11, so we'll start with lunch on opening day, which is a Saturday. We're going to have, hopefully, a singer come out in the evening time, but we'll have blow-up slides, stuff for the kids. Hopefully, we can work out maybe a hayride or something like that, and then
and I think I read that maybe you were trying to do a trunk or treat.
Yep. So we're going to do a trunk or treat. We're not, I'll put it to you this way, we're not going to be selling food at the trunk or treat. That way that doesn't get misconstrued and somebody call the health department on us.
Oh, no.
But we're going to do a trunk or treat. It's for everybody that wants to come. We do need volunteers. So if anybody would like to join, it's on our Facebook page. I don't follow it necessarily all the time. My wife and my sisters deal with it. But we'd love to have Broadway come out, support everybody, let the kids get candy and
and so that's Farmers on Main, and that is the Facebook page, Farmers on Main. So if you'll like that Facebook page and jump on it, you'll be able to follow the things that are coming up in the future for that.
And then our opening too, we're also going to have hats and shirts for sale.
Yes.
So I know a lot of people's been happy. I've got a lot of pre-orders already for it.
Yeah.
And then another thing too, we will have our liquor license, just beer and wine. We're not going to do liquor, but malt beverage is what they call it. So we will have beer and wine, and then we'll serve that in the evening time to the evening hours. Because I know a lot of people may like some wine or something with their pasta or their seafood.
Again, I think, the beer and wine, the other thing that's upcoming in Broadway that's in the planning process is a brewery behind you almost. So that is another new business that's coming to Broadway. And then we also have
the hot dog and ice cream shop.
Dips and dogs.
Yep, dips and dogs.
Ice cream cones and hot dogs. And I think they were originally out of Apex.
That I'm not 100%.
Yeah, I think they originally had a business in Apex, and they're not relocating, but they're expanding their service, and they wanted to come toward Broadway. They knew people in our community, and so we're excited about them coming to Broadway as well.
We're going to have to get a bigger sidewalk between the brewery, the ice cream shop, and my restaurant.
Yeah, so Broadway is really happening right now. There is a lot going on. Things are progressing. We're having a lot of new houses built there. A lot of people that are coming to live in our community that are commuting to work in other areas. There are a couple of new developments that are looking at building more houses. So as Broadway continues to grow and we continue to get good restaurants to support in our own community, I hope you'll be open on Monday night because we have nothing on Monday night.
We will. So it's going to be Monday through Sunday. We'll be open all week. The only day, so it'll be from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. until it's Sunday. And then we're going to open at 11 for lunch.
Okay.
So that would be the only day we wouldn't be open for breakfast.
Yeah, Monday night the streets kind of roll up in Broadway.
Yep. And then we're going to try to do family meals too, to circle back to that too. So in case you don't want to sit in line or you don't want to come in, we'll have family meals. The easiest way I can put it, we'll come up with something. But as far as you go to Bojangles and get the tailgate special, we're going to have something with that to help with the families because you got moms that's trying to get home to feed the kids or the dads or some stuff like that.
Especially during school, they've got homework at night, and so
nobody wants to go out.
Yeah. So that's great.
And then that's pretty much about it. We hope to grow and do good and support everybody, and I hope everybody can do the same for us.
Well, we're excited about having you in Broadway, and I look forward to the growth and expansion in our community of Broadway. So we'll take another break, and we'll be back in just a moment.
No.
Isolated.
Anxious.
Abrumado.
No quarantine, social distancing, or mask has stopped sexual violence. If you or someone you know needs help, call Haven in Lee County.
You are not alone.
You are not alone.
You are not alone.
No estás solo.
You are not alone.
Something big is coming. Something so big,
It'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce. Because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Pentair. Empowering people to move water. Improve water. Enjoy water. So that people can live their best, healthiest lives. Lives with purpose. Lives with enjoyment. Lives that flourish. Lives with hope. Because at Pentair, we're not just about better water. We're about better life. Pentair, bringing water to life, for life.
And welcome back to the new Live at 9. I'm excited to be here, Teresa Kelly. As you may know me or not, I am also the Executive Director of Christians United Outreach Center of Lee County. We are the food pantry here in our community, and I thought I would kind of update you on some things. I know COVID has been a tough time for a lot of people. We have had to change up things a lot in the way we do business at our agency as well as other agencies in our community. And I wanted to kind of bring you up to date and share with you some things that have happened at Christians United Outreach Center. So in March of 2020, whenever things kind of closed down and we were supposed to be closed a couple of weeks, we actually started a mobile drive-through line for our clients. So that meant that they stayed in their vehicle. They never had to leave their vehicle. We waited on them at a window, and then they drove through, and we filled their cars up with the food that we had available. We were able to do that. As you know, the schools closed. A lot of our volunteers were older and did not want to be in the public because of maybe risk of catching COVID. So we had the school system closed, but we had a lot of teachers and assistants that in order to keep getting their pay, they had to go out in the community and volunteer. So we were able to continue our food ministry to help families with those volunteers. And so for the next 2 to 3 months, we worked all summer with our families, our teacher assistants and stuff. They're helping us. So the other thing that happened during COVID was that we actually started our Backpack Pal program to go into the school systems. Well, during the summer months, we have something called the summer edition of Backpack Pals, and that means that we pack a bag, that those commodities are actually taken into neighborhoods. And so working with the school system, we identified about 20 to 25 neighborhoods that were high risk. And so we actually have volunteers that take those bags in their vehicle to a stop or a drop zone in those neighborhoods and provide food for those kids that were no longer at school. They were not getting the nutrition that they needed through the free and reduced. So we actually started that program and went back into the neighborhoods through the summer. So now, fortunately, we are back in the schools. As long as virtual was going on, there was a whole challenge with being able to get kids during the day because they were online. And so we have adjusted, and now we're back in the school doing Backpack Pals for the weekends. So things have finally transitioned back into something a little what we would call normal for us at CUOC. The other thing that happened during COVID is that we were actually able to relocate our thrift store. Our thrift store has been an instrumental part of CUOC in funding for people for utility assistance, rental assistance, things that take a lot of the extra that we had focused on food for so long that money was always an option for us. If we had extra funding, then that's what we would do. So we have actually moved our thrift store to 109 East Main Street in the old O'Connell's grocery store. So if you're familiar with the Kendall area, it is in the grocery store. So shop at the thrift store. It's open Tuesday through Saturday. So we are excited that because we moved the thrift store, we have actually been able to go to a client choice pattern in our food distribution. We have opened back up for clients to come in our building, and they actually get to shop for themselves. So they get a shopping cart, and they have a shopping list based on their family size of what products can be made available. They actually go up and down the aisles to pick the cans of vegetables that they want or the produce that they want. Any products that maybe they need extra. We've actually started carrying some spices, things that are available for them on a large scale. So they can choose those items, and we still have things that we can give away in addition to that. So it's become a healthy pantry. And that healthy pantry initiative has gotten us to gold level through the Food Bank of the Central and Eastern North Carolina. So that gold level status allows us to continue on with cooking demonstrations for clients, to be able to showcase them food or products that maybe they're not too familiar with how to cook. We have recipe cards and things that are available for them. We work with the extension office to do that. So we are excited about the Client Choice Healthy Pantry. It has changed up some things for us. We are now in a different end of our building. So no longer are we trying to rush clients through. They're coming in and they're able to shop and do some things at a little bit slower pace. So we're excited about that clients are given a little bit more ability to be able to choose the products that they want. Perhaps their family doesn't like green beans and they'd rather have pintos. So it gives them that control and that option. We also have been approved for a grant. We're waiting now to hear. Hopefully by the end of the next week, we're going to have confirmation about that. But we are actually going to be acquiring a hydroponic growing system at Christian Unite Outreach Center. So we are excited about a partnership with the Lee County Extension Office to be able to provide fresh vegetables, probably fresh strawberries, and maybe even fresh herbs through a hydroponic growing system that's self-contained in our building. So these are things that are going to involve agencies maybe such as 4-H or maybe the Future Farmers of America through the schools. There is actually a educational part of the hydroponic system so that they will learn how to test the water, how to harvest, how to grow, how to do starter things for the growth in those pods. And it's a 28-day cycle. So we're hoping to obtain more than one so that we have every week or two, we have fresh produce and things coming off of that so that we can through the winter time be able to offer our clients fresh, healthy choices of products and services. We have been so blessed this year with some of the farms in the area that are faithful to give to us and give us fresh product. So we've had squash, we've had cucumbers, we've had grapes. Right now the grapes are finishing out, so we're trying to get a group together about picking grapes. There are all kinds of things that are available, and rather than it be lost and turned under in a garden somewhere, we take those products and make sure that they get to families. During COVID, it has been challenging for us to be able to have enough donations and products to be able to keep families fed. So we have partnered with the food bank system, and the food bank has been providing us items along the way so that we have plenty of fresh things available for them. So there's been a lot of changes at CUOC. There in the process of learning. So if you want to have volunteer opportunity, perhaps you've got some time on your hand that you would like to be able to give back to the community, we would love to have you be a part. We have clients that are coming in 3 days a week for food. They actually work on financial aid during that time as well. If you want to volunteer in our thrift store, there are always opportunities available for thrift store shoppers, for clerks to help out, for people just to go through and sort items and be able to help us keep control of the quantity of things that come in. Since COVID, we have stepped back from making pickups. So we are in the process of thinking about that for the future again. Is that something that we're going to be able to start going back in to people's homes? So if you're interested in maybe doing pickups 1 day a week for us, or working out something, there's always an opportunity available through volunteerism at CUOC. We probably have somewhere in the vicinity of about 300 to 400 volunteers a year that give of their time and efforts. Not only of that, but we have companies that are involved in making donations. We have companies that are involved in having teamwork days where they come out and volunteer for us. So all of these things added together help us to feed somewhere around 2,500 individuals per month out of Christians United Outreach Center. So there's always something to be done, whether it's administrative office, helping with pickups at the food bank, or helping with pickups at the grocery stores. There's plenty of opportunity to be able to give back in this community. And CUOC is just one organization. We have so many that could use extra help. So if you're finding yourself during these COVID times that you actually need to get out of the house a little bit and be involved, volunteer for a nonprofit. They're a wonderful opportunity to, I tell high school kids all the time that it's a great opportunity to work on your resume for college. You can showcase if you want to go into being a veterinarian or working with pets. You could work with CARA or some of the animal rescue places. You know, if you're looking at being an administrative person, then you can always help with filing or answering phones at a nonprofit. And those experiences count just as much as job experiences. So give yourself some time to be able to give back to this community in ways that we can all benefit, whether it's a nonprofit or whether it's trying to gain that experience that you need. I've been excited about hosting here at the new Live at 9, and I appreciate Wynn and Tony inviting me to be a part of this. I am excited about what's going to happen in Sanford and Lee County as we can showcase with you what's happening so that you'll know where to be and why it's there. So I know that there was some confusion about the Indie Fest being at the same time as the fair, but our community is growing. We are expanding. We have new businesses coming into town, and I hope to find out more about some of those in the time that we have coming up in the next episodes, that maybe we can have some of these new businesses on to talk about their products and services, and maybe other areas that will benefit you as a listener and you as a citizen of Lee County. Thank you for all that you're doing to help this community to grow, to be better. And I just wanted to leave you with a scripture that I was excited about when I started thinking about the future of the new Live at 9 show. It's from Joel 2:25. And it says, "And I will restore to you the years that the locust has eaten." We've all had a lot of years eaten by locusts lately with all the challenges that we've faced with COVID. I hope that you'll get back out in the community, that you'll frequent the restaurants that are coming to town, that you'll go to some of the events that are being planned for us in our communities to get out and to really give back in this community. So thank you so much for all that you have done to listen. Share it so that people can find the new Live at 9. Thank you for joining us tonight.
90 years ago, First Bank was founded. You know First Bank, the one where you are greeted by name, the one dedicated to the community, and the one born in the heart of the Carolinas.
We help our customers to realize their dreams by providing financial solutions and building trusted relationships. Hi, I'm David Fashee, and we are First Bank.
Lamco Homes, from concept to design, constructed to fit your lifestyle. We use only top quality finishes to make our house your home. Lamco Homes, our standards are others' options.